Hello and welcome to Punters Inside Run. We have got group racing in both Melbourne and Sydney. We've got 5 group races. Joining me as always is Mick Sharkie, who's fresh off tipping both winners in the Blue Diamond preview. And that's just a couple. He tipped a few winners right around the country as well. Hello, Shark. You're in form. Stay with it. Stay with it, brother.
I'm hoping so, Matty, and don't be put off by the ancient phone behind me. Let's just say I've gone back to the future style, and it might be something I've brought back along with a sports almanac or something like that. I don't know, but let's hope it brings good luck.
It looks like something out of Adam's Family or something.
But I like what it is. It's the old signal box from the Flemington station at the track.
Well, there you go.
Here you go.
So I'm going to go through every single horse on the day on Saturday and see if I can find something that links into that. But that's, for me, that's a bit of homework to find something linking to that because I'm going to back it. Let's go to Caulfield. It's a big day. We've got 3 group races. We start off with the kiddies. The Chairman Stakes. It looks a 2-horse race. Is it?
I think it might be, Matty. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? The 2-year-olds, they tend to run to form. They run to script, don't they? And We've seen most of these now, unless there's an absolute standout debutant. And Evaporate looks to have decent ability, as does Tippy Tay.
Yeah.
I think it's fair to say you're looking at the top 2, Coleman and Anisa.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really keen on Coleman here. I tend to be a bit cautious with 2-year-old racing, but I really think Coleman is a good colt. That debutant stakes win back in October was just rude. He just stomped up and went past Arabian Summer, who we know went on a bit of a rampage and ran so well behind Stormboy in the Magic Millions. We know Stormboy is the best 2-year-old form line going around, so we have to take a lead on that. I've loved his jump outs at Caulfield and Mornington. I think he's ready to roll first up, and I think, Matty, he'll win this Chairman Stakes, and he is Victoria's best chance of winning the Blue Diamond.
Yeah, I agree. I'm in the Coleman camp. Give him the medal now. Give him the medal. But it gets a low draw. Can just do what he did in that debutant stakes. Just sit in just behind the speed, wait for the gap and go bang. I think we get the same result, even though Anisa looks like a nice horse. But we're both with Coleman in the Chairmans. We go to the Jeffrey Balmain Stakes. Because Road to Arataki has to carry 59, I sort of went looking for something else. But I kept coming back to Road to Arataki's class and performances at this level compared to some of the others.
Yeah, I think there's probably 2 ways you can read the race, isn't it? Like, she won this race last year, Road to Arataki. She carried 56 kilos, so she's got a 3-kilo penalty here, but she's earned it. She's won a couple of Group 3 races in the last 12 months. You're either with her and just betting on her class, or you're looking at one of these other horses with a bit less weight that might be potent, fresh. That's the way I've gone, just probably that value route with number 4, Party for One. We saw it change stables, moved to Mick Price, Michael Kent Jr., reinvigorated her. She won a couple on end, probably unlucky on another occasion. She's fresh, had 2 jump outs for this. Blake Shin rides from an inside gate. There's decent speed in the race. I thought 850 she was a play. And at a big price, Matty, she probably comes into that value watch runner for the weekend. Number 8, California Surreal. First start for Lindsay Park. A couple of jump outs have been good. Look, on her exposed form, the best she can offer is a listed placing. But I think she might be able to run a race here. You often see these mares change environment and just sort of spark up and outperform their previous efforts. So she might be one to do that at $26.
All right, a bit of roughies there, but I'll stick with the favourite, Road to Arataki, although it's not a race that I'm really keen to bet in. But there's a couple of best bets that I are pretty keen on, and one of them for me comes in race 3, Johnny Rocker. I know it's a bit of a risk backing horses that have had a long break and then backing them second up, but it was a nice return behind Mornington Glory. We know that form's been franked. But if a stable's going to get it right to back a horse up, I think it's the Nick Ryan stable.
Yeah, I think you're right. And I'm with you with Johnny Rocker, Matty. I was mad keen on him first up. I had 1 bet for the day. I waited to the last race and I thought, here we go. We're away here with Johnny. And I'd argue he probably should have won that race. He just had to wait that little bit for a run. And he was taking ground off Mornington Glory all the way through the line. That horse has won again since. So I'm with Johnny Rocker, race 3, number 3. And funnily enough, the other bet that I'm really keen to have on the day is race 9, number 9, Midtown Boss. He returned in really good style when he was winning at Flemington down the straight, just joined in, put them away really quickly, carried weight. He drops in weight here, tackles a stronger class of race. But I think this is one of those horses that come out of those winter months. They've been sparingly raced, given time, he might be one to really put it all together this prep.
Yeah, and I think that's my other best bet of the day as well. I think can handle the jump from benchmark 70 to benchmark 84. And if Johnny Rocker wins, that form all ties in, doesn't it, through Mornington Glory? Because Midtown Boss went past Mornington Glory as if it wasn't there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's hope that form stacks up. So both of us with the same best bets for Caulfield, and we move over to Rosehill where they have got Group 3s there as well. The Canterbury Stakes. It looks like 2 or 3 chances at the top of the market. Where did you land?
Yeah, I know Prost has been turning heads at the trials, and rightly so. He looks like he's really come on from that first prep. He ran a really good race behind Espionage in the Breeders' Plate, so I think that form will be pretty good. We've seen these horses trial up recently at Randwick. Shangri-La Express won the heat, but there was a swarm of them behind that looked like they're genuine group class. He beat Shangri-La Express in that latest heat. I think he's a colt that you need to keep a really close eye on here, but just going with a horse with a little more residual fitness, perhaps Traffic Warden. You mentioned Storm Boy. He ran second to Storm Boy on debut. Then he beat Express Yourself at Caulfield, and it was a really good win. I think Express Yourself is pretty handy. I'm with Traffic Warden, just at a touch better price than Prost.
I'll go with Prost, but I did say in my notes that I'll back Prost, but my saver bet will be Box Cornellaring, those top 3 in the market, which includes Traffic Warden. But I think Prost, being a Waterhouse bot runner, has drawn the inside. So if they do want to lead, we know this stable likes to have leaders. Exactly. He might be the one that leads, and they have to chase and catch. What about the Southern Cross Stakes? It's not really a race that I want to bet into, but a little bit like Road to Arataki, I kept coming back to Lady Laguna, a classy win at the Magic Millions up at the Gold Coast.
Yeah, it was a really good win there. Again, she just ran up to them, ran past them. The market wanted her. She gave the market what it wanted, which was a win. So she's hard to beat here. Mare in form, always hard to beat. A couple of fast ones in the race. Malkovich goes quickly, doesn't he? Baller he's getting on now. He's 8 years old, but I liked that run in the Magic Millions sprint. I've gone his way, Matty. I don't know. I sort of ummed and ahed about this race a bit, and I've landed with Baller. He's $8. There's no each way price in the field. There's already a scratching. There's only going to be 7 runners, so you won't get a third div. But I just thought $8 for a horse that was running well in new markets and whatnot not too long ago. I thought Baller might be a bit of a sneaky chance.
All right, we go to the Widden Stakes, and I've gone with Lady of Camelot. Comes out of just the one run in September in the same race as I think it was the Jim Crack, same race as Manal. Manal beat it on that day, but Lady of Camelot was caught wide on that day. If you swap the runs, you probably swap the result. And the trials have been very good, and I think this will be a horse that it shows a bit first up here, Lady of Camelot.
Yeah, look, she was widely spruiked going into that race, wasn't she? The Jim Crack. She started favourite. She was really well backed in early markets and a bit soft on the day. She's won all of her trials. She won going into the Jim Crack. She's won 2 trials coming out of that. Looks like she's going to run a big race. One of her trials was by 9 and a bit length. So she's obviously got a lot of speed, as you would expect with the pedigree and from the stable. I just think Manal, the horse that won the Jim Crack, she went to the races. She got the job done. Was really tough there. Look, she was a big price. She was 26 into 19s, but there was some support for her. I watched her trial in that Prost heat, and I thought she had lengths up her sleeve, Matty. At 550, I want to be with her first up.
All right, what about your best in Sydney then?
Best in Sydney, we're going to have a look at a couple later in the day. Race 9, number 10, Dipsy Doodle. She's first up. She's been scratched a couple of times of late. I think the best of her form is good enough to win this. She's up against the hot favourite, though. I'll concede our Kobe's son looks pretty good, and he'll be very hard to beat. But Dipsy Doodle, I think, is a useful sort of mare that might be able to get the job done there. And in race 10, number 13, Steffi Magnetica, Bjorn Baker sent her to Melbourne last start. She ran really well down the straight. You're getting $5.50 here. I think that's a little generous. I thought she was a great run there from off the speed on a day when everyone wanted to be on the pace and near the fence. So, yeah, I think she's a little bit fat there at that price, $5.50 at the moment.
All right, my best bets are race 7, number 6, Estadio Mastala on the quick backup. Was good first up, then let sort of a more victorious get away from him there, but gets to his favourite distance of 1,500 metres here, like the quick backup, as I said. And I've been having a bit of success with the highways and the midways of late. Race 1, number 9, Trees or Trees. I'm not sure exactly how they pronounce it, but With these sort of midways and highways, you want lightly raced runners that are on the way up and trying to progress through. He fits the profile there. She does, I should say. Never missed the top 3 of this prep. And third up gets out to 1,350 metres. So I'm keen on race 1, number 9 as well. Anything else we should be backing?
I'll just be looking out for that omen bet, Matty, for the old phone behind me. Something like Useless Antiquity or Impulse Buy, something like that's probably on the mark, isn't it?
Or what about 1-800 call Shark?
Well, be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, it should be interesting to see what you get if you did that. Mate, always a pleasure to talk to you. You're in form. You've started the year beautifully. Let's hope that it continues. Happy punting on the weekend.
You too, Matty.
That was Mick Sharkie. This is Punters Inside Run. Hopefully we've found you a winner. It's a good day's racing at both Melbourne and Sydney.
What are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.